girls, it's Missy Lane, and you're about to view another episode of Missy Lane's Book Nook. And I couldn't be more excited because I've missed you guys and I'm ready to read some more books. I hope you're ready to listen. I do want to let you know that it's going to be divided into two parts this time, and that's because I wanted to read so many more books. Usually we read 3 or 4 books on a Book Nook show, but this time we're going to read 6 picture books, and then I'm going to have you vote on which one you liked the best. Which picture book is your favorite? Got some second graders here in Bethel Park to already tell me their favorite, but I'm not going to announce that until later. I want to give you guys the opportunity at home to cast your vote as well. So we're going to read 3 books on the first Book Nook show, and then we'll read the last 3 Book Nooks on a later Book Nook show. You'll have time to vote, and I will announce the winner on our August episode. Great. Okay, stay tuned everybody for part 1 of Missy Lane's Book Nook. Let's start with this one called Creepy Carrots. I like the story and the pictures in this book. Jasper Rabbit had a passion for carrots, and the carrots that grew in Krakenhopper Field were the best. Fat, crisp, and free for the taking. He pulled some for a morning snack on the way to school. He yanked out a few on his way to Little League practice. He ripped them from the ground on the way home at night. Jasper couldn't get enough carrots. Until they started following him. What? The carrots were following Jasper? Could that be? He first noticed something strange after the big game against the East Valley Hares. Jasper was about to help himself to a victory snack when he heard it. The soft, sinister tunk, tunk, tunk of carrots creeping. Ooh, is that creepy? Can you go tunk, tunk, tunk? Do that with me at home. Tunk, tunk, tunk. Yeah, that's the sound that Jasper heard. And it had him kind of frightened, right? He's surprised. He looks a little scared there. He turned, but there was nothing there. Just my imagination, he thought, but he hopped a little faster, just in case. That night, as he was brushing his teeth, there they were. Jasper whipped around, but nothing. He laughed at himself, picked his toothbrush off the floor, and went to bed. Quickly. He thought he saw carrots in the bathtub. What were they really? When he turned around, all he saw was a washcloth, a bottle of soap, and a rubber ducky. Were the carrots really there? Or is he imagining it? I don't know. The next morning, he approached Krakenhopper Field slowly. He reached for 2 wild carrots. Nothing happened. He bit into one. Nothing happened. Phew, creepy carrots. I was ridiculous. But when he arrived home that evening, Mom! Jasper screamed. Creepy carrots! In the shed! His mom opened the door slowly. There weren't any carrots, not even the regular kind. There are no such thing as creepy carrots, Mom said, shaking her head. He thought he saw them again in the tool shed. I see something orange. I see 3 things that are orange, but are they carrots? No, I see some tools and a can of paint. Later that night, as Jasper lay in bed, he heard it. Breathing. Terrible, carroty breathing. And there, on his wall, creepy carrots! He shouted, Dad! Dad! His dad thumped into his bedroom and threw on the light. They searched under the bed. No creepy carrots. They looked through the closet. No creepy carrots. They opened the dresser drawers. No creepy carrots. Just a bad dream, son, his dad said, shaking his head. Now go to sleep. That wasn't going to happen. Jasper, I think in the beginning was a little bit scared. Now he's really scared. He really believes that these carrots are following him. He's a little freaked out. By the end of the week, Jasper was seeing creepy carrots creeping everywhere. Everywhere he turns, he sees them. Jasper knew his parents were wrong. Creepy carrots were real, and they were coming for him. But they couldn't get him if they couldn't get out. Aha! It looks like Jasper has an idea on this page, doesn't it? He's thinking hard, and an idea has come to him. What is Jasper Rabbit thinking? Jasper hatched a plan. First thing on Saturday, he grabbed supplies and headed to Krakenhopper Field. What's he doing in these pictures? Is he building a fence? What's he doing with the hoses, I wonder? As the sun finally set across Krakenhopper Field, Jasper Rabbit smiled. Oh, he did. He built a big fence and he built a moat around it. That's what the water was for. On his way home, there was no tunk, 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 and there were no carrot-shaped shadows. His plan had worked. No creepy carrots would ever get out of that carrot patch again. And as the sun finally set, the carrots of Krakenhopper Field cheered. They're happy. Their creepy plan had worked. They were sure of it. Jasper Rabbit would never get into that carrot patch ever again. Oh. They had a plan of their own, didn't they? I guess if we were carrots, we wouldn't want to be eaten. Yeah, they didn't want Jasper to eat them anymore. So they wanted to be in that fenced-in part of the yard or the garden of Krakenhopper Field. So Jasper Rabbit is happy and the creepy carrots were happy. What did you think of that story, boys and girls? Did it creep you out a little bit or did you like it? Did you think it was funny? That was just one of our 6 spectacular books for today. Let's read the second one called Giant Dance Party. This one is by an author named Betsy Bird. One day, Lexi decided that when it came to dancing, she was done. What about swing? Asked her mom. Lexi held up her sign. Her sign said, I quit ballet and tap and jazz and tango and Scottish Highland dancing. Her parents couldn't understand it. But Lexi, you love to dance, said Mom. You live to dance, added Dad. I do love dancing, Lexi admitted, but I'm done. Her parents exchanged a look. They knew why. Those recitals. Do you boys and girls at home know what a recital is? That's right, it's a dance show. It's when you get to perform the dances that you've learned in class. So it's a performance on stage or a dance show. Lexi loved dancing at home, you see. She loved dancing with her friends. What she did not love was dancing in a show. When the curtains opened, Lexi would step onto the stage, desperately wanting to dance, but all those eyes in the audience would look right at her, and she would forget to breathe. And then she'd freeze like an ice pop and never dance a step. Not one, not ever. Do you know what that's called, boys and girls, when you get nervous before you have to perform or do something on stage? It's called stage fright. Lexi has a bad case of stage fright. I'm sure she's a wonderful dancer. She just gets nervous when it's time to put on the show. Poor Lexi. She tried hypnotism. She tried pretending Moore and Carol and Anne were people. She practiced for her parents every night while they tried to watch TV. And every time she was sure her stage fright was gone, along came another recital and blammo, ice pop. Then it hit her. The perfect plan. I know. I'll be a dance teacher, she cried. Oh, the minute she said it, she knew it was a great idea. Teachers never have to perform. No stages, no shows, no audience, no ice pops. Just dancing all day, every day. I wonder if that's a good solution for Lexi. Do you think it's a good idea if she becomes a dance teacher? Let's find out. Lexi got busy. On Monday, she made posters and taped them on the telephone poles in her neighborhood, and then she went home and waited for her students to start lining up. But nobody came. Look at all those posters she put up on the pink paper. Nice signs, but nobody came. On Tuesday, she pushed all the furniture in the living room out of the way. Nobody came. On Wednesday, she blasted Snap Happy Mambo music from the porch, but nobody came. On Thursday, she stared out the window for 5 hours without so much as a blink. But guess what? Nobody came. On Friday, she gave up. No one wants to learn from a kid, she thought gloomily. Especially not a kid who's afraid of dancing in front of an audience. I quit! And this time, she screamed it. Then, on Saturday, somebody came. I wonder who her first customer's going to be. Look at this. Now, let's be clear about one thing. Giants, yeah, they don't dance. They stumble and they stomp and they stretch and scratch, but that's not exactly dancing. That's why it was so weird when 5 of them showed up at Lexi's house on Saturday morning and bellowed, "Dance lessons, please." The Giants want to learn how to dance. Is Lexi going to be able to teach them? "Go away," she replied. She couldn't teach Giants. They were too big and furry and blue. She made little shooing motions with her hands. "Go away! Go away!" The Giants didn't move. I quit yesterday," she tried. The Giants folded their arms, crossed their legs, and sat down. They stuck out their lower lips. Birds perched on them. "Why do you want to learn to dance anyway?" she eventually said. "We love to dance," said the biggest one. "We live to dance," agreed the others. "But nobody will teach us how to dance," they said. A giant stuck Lexi's poster under her nose and gave her a little smile. Lexi blinked. She looked down at her poster. It did say she would teach anyone. "Well, okay," she said quietly, though honestly she didn't know where to start. The Giants didn't notice. They just gave one another high fives and bounced with glee. Well, they're happy now. But the next part wasn't easy. The Giants weren't kidding when they said they didn't know how to dance. But Lexi turned out to be a good teacher. She showed the Giants how stumbles were steps, stomps were taps, and stretches could turn into cool disco moves. She even demonstrated how scratches could morph into jazz hands. Next, she gave them each a dance to work on. Gully, Irish step dancing. Nisha, the twist. McDuff, interpretive dance. Molina, crumping. Polly, the chicken dance. They practiced, they studied, and then they practiced some more. Then they pranced and spun and leaped and twirled. Sure does look like they're having fun. And they're learning some cool moves. Before long, they were ready. It was time to show the world. It was time for a giant dance recital. Lexi and Polly and Molina and McDuff and Nisha and Gully got busy. They worked on costumes, selected their music, and taped posters all over town. Everyone planned to come. Giants dancing? Seriously? Who would miss that? I would go and see that show. Would you? Yeah, I'd be curious. I'd want to see how they danced on stage. Well, when the big night arrived, Lexi felt the familiar butterflies in her stomach, but at least she wouldn't have to dance. Instead, she gave her Giants a big smile, patted them on the heels, and said, "You can do it." You could hear their knees knock as they stepped onto the stage. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, boys and girls. What does it mean if their knees are knocking? And their knees are going together like this. That means they're shaking, right? And what does it mean if they're shaking? Are the giants nervous too? Just like Lexi used to get nervous, now the giants have stage fright. Oh no! The music started, the audience waited. Not a single giant moved. They just stood there like gigantic furry blue ice pops. Look at their faces. You can tell they're nervous, can't you? Question: how do you warm up frozen giants? Answer: you dance. Lexi didn't think. She danced. She leaped onto the stage and did can-cans and pirouettes, a break-dancing spin, an electric slide, and a shuffle off to Buffalo. Macduff was the first to see her leaping, so he swayed, just a little. Macduff moved to his own kind of beat. Nisha noticed next. She tapped a toe and twisted herself into circles. Polly's chicken dance was elegant and refined. The music picked up. The giants got bouncier and bouncier. Gully's toes pounded the stage till it shook. Melina moved so fast it was like watching fur fly. And the audience laughed and cheered and threw bouquets of flowers. What a show! What a performance! What a giant dance party! The giants took their bows with pride. And as they drew Lexi out for a final encore, she beamed. Her fears were long gone. She may not have been a giant, but boy, did she feel big. Of course, that didn't mean she wasn't still scared of other things. Reading aloud in class was tough. Playing sports was agony. And as for singing, so she got over her stage fright by helping the giants get over theirs, right? So she's no longer afraid of dancing on stage anymore, but she's a little nervous about singing. Look at the picture clues on this page, boys and girls. What's Lexi's next plan? What's her idea now? I see a poster over here. It says free singing lessons. I wonder if that will work. What did you think about Lexi and the giant dance party? Did you like it? I did too. But it's tough for me to pick a favorite. Which did you like better? Creepy Carrots or Giant Dance Party? And now I'm going to throw another one into the mix. Let's read My Lucky Birthday by Kiko Casa. This one's about a sneaky pig who tricks Mr. Owl, the alligator. Man, am I awesome! Look at these teeth, said Alligator Al. Today is my birthday, and these teeth are ready for a special treat. Maybe a chicken, or better yet, a piglet. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. Hey, Freddie, said a voice outside. Open up. It's my birthday. Are you coming to the party? What? Thought Al. Who's Freddie? And who has the same birthday as me? When Al opened the door, the dinner of his dreams was standing right in front of him. Oh no, wrong house, screamed the piglet. Oh yes, cried Al. What a perfect birthday dinner you'll make. Uh-oh. Please let me go, the piglet begged. Today may be your birthday, but it's mine too. My friends are coming to celebrate. Don't worry, said Al. I'll do enough celebrating for the both of us. Uh-oh, he's getting ready to put Piglet in a sack. What's he going to do? As Al prepared to cook him, the piglet spoke up. Mr. Al? sighed the piglet. I know it's none of my business, but... But what? Said Al. Well, what's a birthday without cake? The piglet asked. An awesome guy like you deserves a big birthday cake. Thought Al. He's right. I am awesome. I do deserve a cake. I know just how to make one, said the piglet. Mix eggs, butter, sugar, and flour. Now bake it in the oven and put on the frosting just so. Make sure it's nice and smooth. Good job, Mr. Al, said the piglet. But what? Said Al. Well, what's a birthday without decorations? The piglet asked. An awesome guy like you deserves fancy decorations. Thought Al. He's right. I am awesome. I do deserve decorations. Piglet's being pretty smart, isn't he? He's stalling. He's buying his time. I know just how to decorate, said the piglet. Blow up those balloons, put up the streamers, and write happy birthday just so. Make sure you spell it right. Wow, good job, Mr. Al, said the piglet. But no more buts, Al shouted. Look, I've got all I need for a great birthday. Yeah, there's just one more thing, said the piglet. An awesome guy like you shouldn't celebrate alone. Shall I ask some of my friends to come over? Al's brain was working fast. Oh my gosh, he thought. I could have a whole house full of piglets. I could eat for a month, maybe a year. This is my luckiest birthday ever. You know, Piglet, you're right again, Al said slyly. An awesome guy like me shouldn't celebrate alone. Go ahead and make some phone calls. Man, is this piglet dumb or what? Thought Al. And as soon as the piglet began to call his friends, Al got busy. He collected more potato sacks for capturing them, more ropes for tying them up, and more pots and pans for cooking them. At last, everything was ready. All he had to do was wait. When Al heard a knock, he was overjoyed. It's open, he shouted happily. Come on in. But look, boys and girls, Piglet's friends aren't more piglets, are they? When the door opened, Al gasped. There stood a fierce rhino, a heavyweight hippo, a nasty-looking wild boar, and the biggest gorilla he had ever seen. Al was terrified. He flew out the back door, but the piglet squealed, Yay, you're here! We got your invitation, Piglet, his friends cheered. Happy birthday! Piglet knew what he was doing all along, didn't he? Yep, he sure did. Piglet and his friends partied all afternoon. They had a potato sack race. They jumped rope. They had a parade. And then they ate. A delicious cake, fancy decorations, and what fun party games, the friends all said. I love my birthday gift, said the piglet. I think I'll call him Little Al. What did they get Piglet for his birthday? A stuffed alligator. When the party was over, the happy gang headed for home. Poor Mr. Al, thought the piglet. He missed all the fun. Where is Mr. Al? Do you see him? He's still hiding behind the tree. He's so scared. When Alligator Al got home, he found the house all cleaned up except for one thing. The piglet's invitation was still lying on the floor. It read, Friends, come to my birthday party. Time, Sunday afternoon. Wait for my call. Place, Al's house. From Piglet. Ugh! Al groaned. He didn't have the luckiest birthday after all. But the piglet did. The luckiest ever. Let's see. he thought as he cuddled up with little Al. Who shall I visit next? Piglet likes to trick people, and he sure did trick Mr. Alligator. I think he also tricked Mr. Bear and Mr. Fox. Who's he going to visit next? I don't know. Well, I hope you liked that story too. That was number 3 on our list, but I still have 3 more. I hope you liked those first 3 books, boys and girls. Don't forget, in July, I will read 3 more on Missy Lane's Book Nook Part 2. See you then.